Winter is most definitely on its way here in Wales, so this week I thought it'd be fun to make a little bead jointed doll with a seasonal wintry theme. I want to use some icy blues and greys for this little one, so I've decided on a quilting cotton from the Modebella Solids range in Zen Grey for the skin fabric. I've got some cotton with a navy ticking stripe for the arms and legs and a grey cotton print for the dress. I've got a couple of different snowflake charms, so I want to include one of those, and I want to use this tartan ribbon somewhere. Tartan always feels kind of Christmassy to me, so I think it'll go nicely with the wintry theme. I've got some metallic blue acrylic yarn for the hair. I've used this one before and it looks stunning when it's all unravelled. I'm stuffing all the pieces with polyester fibre. The head and body need to be stuffed really firmly so they don't collapse when I start jointing the pieces together. I'm going to be needle felting the hair into the head later too, so the stuffing needs to be really dense for that to work. I thought it might be fun to make some faux fur accessories for this one. I'm cutting a strip of white acrylic faux fur to make a wrap to go around your shoulders. I'm being really careful to cut along the fabric without catching the pile so I get a nice neat edge. I've got some blue felt to line that with. I'm just gluing that in place with some tacky glue. As I was making the wrap, I thought, why not make some ear muffs to go with it? I haven't tried this before, so I'm making it up as I go along. I thought maybe if I cover some buttons with faux fur, then I can stitch them onto the sides of the head and maybe put some ribbon or something across the top. I'm not sure how that'll work, but I guess we'll find out. I'm shading around the eye area with Derwent Chromaflow pencils. These are new from Derwent. I'm building up layers of grey, blue and black. These pencils have a really high pigment content and they blend quite well. They're light fast too, so they're great for art dolls. I'll leave a link to them in the description. Once I've got the shape right, I go over the shading with blending pencil to soften the edges and deepen the colour. Then it'll need a coat of fixative spray. It'll take a while for the fixative to dry, so in the meantime I'll get to work on the dress. I'm making her a dress from some grey quilting cotton. This has a tiny print in a dark navy blue and it gives it a kind of traditional nostalgic feel. I've pleated some silver lace along the bottom of the skirt and I'm finishing it off with some of the tartan ribbon. I'm just gathering up the top with a running stitch, then I'll stitch that to the doll. I love these metal buttons. They have a kind of distressed hammered effect, so they catch the light from all different directions. I'm stitching them right through to the back of the head with some strong upholstery thread. The one I use for most things is Gutterman's top stitch. As usual, I'm giving her some gothic eyeliner using Derwent Line Maker pens. I don't add much detail to the face, just a little half smile with a bit of purple coloured pencil underneath. I use the burnisher pencil to blend this bit. It's slightly harder than the blender, so you get a more precise edge. I used to joint the shoulders individually, but I tried this technique using a single thread recently and I really like the result. I start at the back, pass the thread through one shoulder, through the bead, then right through the body to the other shoulder. I go through each bead twice, then fasten the thread off under the back of the dress. This gives a nice even tension on both sides. For the hair, I'm using some super chunky acrylic yarn in metallic blue. This is from the Signet Metallics range. The shade is called Cobalt. I'm needle felting it in with the Clover pen style tool and 3 38 gauge needles. Each felting needle is triangular with tiny barbs in each corner, which catch the fibres and tangle them together with the stuffing inside the head. I don't rush this, it's worth really taking your time and making sure the fibres are well felted in so the hair doesn't pull out easily. I take extra care around those knots on the back of the head so I don't break the needles. Felting needles can be quite brittle. Once the first row is felted in, I layer more yarn over it until I've covered the whole scalp area. If you're enjoying watching this little one take shape, don't forget to hit the like button and let me know. This helps the video get seen by more people. You can also subscribe if you like so you don't miss the next one. She's going to have a side parting to cover that button on the top of the head, so I'm felting these strands in with a second felting tool that has 2 felting needles in it. I keep this one for fine detail where I need a narrow straight line. Now I need to unravel it all and brush out those loose fibres. Then we can start to see what the style is going to look like. This is all very bushy at the moment, but I'm going to brush a lot of that bulk out. I actually use a Monster High hairbrush for this. It was free with a budget doll I bought for repainting a few years back, and it's just a great little doll hairbrush. I'm gently brushing out all the loose fibres. I don't want to pull too hard and accidentally pull the hair out of the head. If I find any bits that are a bit stubborn, I just hold the roots to stop it pulling. All the excess fibre I'm brushing out can be used in other needle felting projects, so nothing gets wasted. I love the shine and texture you get with this yarn. It can be smoothed out with straighteners, but I'm leaving it wavy for this doll. I was planning on using some ribbon for the band on the ear muffs, but ribbon was a little bit too slippery on this hair and it wouldn't stay in place. I felt like it needed something with a bit more structure, so I'm going to try a pipe cleaner. I'm stitching it in place at the sides, then I'll snip the ends and tuck them in. These fluffy bits on the sides just need a couple of stitches to hold them in place. That looks so cute. I'm making a choker necklace with some 3mm velvet ribbon in a silver grey. I used to stitch these, but I found super thick tacky glue is plenty strong enough to hold it in place, and it looks so much neater. Now I need to find something shiny to fasten the wrap. Maybe this metal button. Or how about this sparkling metal bead? I think I'm going to go with a bead. I've named her Ellis Snowstorm. If you like this little wintry girl, here's another one I made last year that I think you'll love. Go watch that one now and I'll see you next time. Bye!